Warning, the following audio transmission is based on theory and is intended for entertainment purposes only. It's Doomsday and its affiliates will not be held liable for anything your dumbass does. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you kidding me? Because we may have rubbed someone the wrong way.
Well, here's the thing. I'm an unapologetic, flag-waving, constitutionally based, gun-toting American. I'm unapologetic about it. I believe that you should be prepared. You should not have your government being your preparer. You should not have your government as your savior. You need to be out there doing your own thing and being prepared for things to happen. I'm apologetically a Christian. I believe in certain things. Some people don't believe in those things, but the message that we put out ought to be the message that you're rolling out. Because I've listened to some of these other podcasts, and I'm telling you right now, I can't listen to some of them. Either they're boring, or they're not the message I want. And some of those that are at the top of the listening list, because you brought this up a couple of weeks ago. I've been looking at who's at the top of some of these, not just one chart, but other charts. And some of them, I don't see how they get the downloads they got. There's got to be some bot activity going on there. Got to be.
I mean, look, there probably is. I've never finangled or covered up the numbers of this show. Right. I don't tell people the exact number of followers we have on every platform or the exact number of downloads. I don't do that. But I don't hyperinflate these numbers, and I don't undersell the show either. All right?
Nope.
At the end of the day, if I told everybody out there, we have 10 million listeners, 10 million followers of this show. Someone out there is going to think, you know what? They're too big now. They're not going to care if I'm in here listening or not. I could take a few weeks off and not listen to episodes. And that's going to make me feel bad because I want that information to get to you.
Right.
If I would go back and say, hey, only 5 people listen to this show, right? That's going to go ahead and it's going to turn other people off because they're going to say, well, who cares about this guy's message? They're not getting out there anyway.
I don't want to be one of the 5.
I don't want to be one of the 5.
Yeah.
So I don't go anywhere with these numbers or tell you guys what's really going on because frankly, it's nobody's business, right? You're here as a listener to gain the information. It doesn't matter how big or how small we are, right? But I gotta tell you, right now we're ranked globally in the top 10% of podcasts. That's a big freaking deal.
That is a big freaking deal.
It's
sure as hell is.
Freaking deal. And that's with Podbean shadowing us. Okay? We are in that top. Exactly. I guarantee, I'm not saying we're not going to, no way would this show be in the 1% because frankly, the audience just isn't there for it. But I guarantee you we would be better. We would be doing better than 10% if we weren't being shadowed.
I agree. Well, we actually don't record on Podbean anymore because of technical issues with Podbean. Remember, we had to switch, Jester, because Podbean issues caused us to switch. There's a lot of problems, not just one or two. There's a whole lot of problems with Podbean, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah, let's get into that for a minute, Al, because you're doing your show over there twice a week.
Right.
And I know you guys have had hiccups, all right?
Oh, major issues.
There's also been major issues with people calling in where you can't hear them. There's 2 big benefits to being live on Podbean, and these are the big 2. Is number 1, anybody can call into the show, all right?
Right.
Now, they can call in, they could voice their opinion, they could participate, in the chat, and that's the second big thing that's beneficial is the chat, all right? It's lovely to be able to go back and read that chat, see what kind of engagement you're getting, right, Al?
Right.
But the problem is they're having all these different technical issues as far as people calling in and having a really low volume. And after talking to some of like these Podbean guys, these OG guys, the people that have had shows there for a while, this is a Podbean failure when it comes to updating the app or putting out a new update for the app, and something's just wrong within the app.
Right. We've had a lot of issues, technical issues. I mean, here's the telltale sign, and you can say I have a crappy signal in the area I'm at, but I've not been able to have Podbean lives. But I could leave out of that and go directly into doing a live video show with someone else. Now, is that strange? I can't talk audio and have a live audio show on Podbean, but I can go to another platform and have a live video show, which we know streaming on video takes a lot of data and takes a pretty good signal. Yeah.
Right.
You wonder, doesn't it?
So, okay, here's the big thing for me is why I can't understand why this works the way it does. Number one, when I'm doing the live show, Al, I'm coming across from a computer, right?
Right.
So I've got a better processor than what I have in my phone. I've got a way better internet connection in my phone. Right. I should have zero issues.
Right.
And there's been times it's actually timed me out and I've had to refresh pages and people say, dude, you just vanished from the live. What happened? I don't know. I thought I was the host.
Are you looking for something kick-ass to add to your closet? Reaper has the hookup for t-shirts, hoodies, button-ups, hats, beanies, and plenty of other badass products. You can check out Reaper Apparel Company at www.reaperapparelco.com and use code DOOM10 for 10% off. Jester only stands behind brands he believes in, and Dan at Reaper Apparel has a mission, and Jester is on board. Go check out www.reaperapparelco.com today and use code DOOM10 for 10% off your entire order. Why be a sheep when you can reap? Use code DOOM10 for 10% off at www.reaperapparelco.com today.
Yeah, thought I was there.
I thought I was there the whole time. And you know, the big thing is when you're having these people call in, they're expecting quality. They're expecting a good quality show. They're expecting good information, and that sucks whenever you're having these internet hangups.
I agree.
Okay. Then to go one step further, Al, do you do your show over a computer when you're live, or you do it from your phone?
I do it from my phone a lot. I have done it over the computer at times, but I do it over my phone and most of the time.
Now, so for those of you guys that don't know, the way Al and I used to record is we used to record through Podbean. All right, we would launch a private show over there. We would get in the private room together, and we would allow Podbean to record that audio. And then what we would do is I would download it, edit it, and get it uploaded, right?
Yep.
Al, how many times did you call in and I couldn't hear you, and we had to keep resending invites to the point where we're 20 minutes behind schedule, and it's like, why is this just not working?
So many times that I, honest to God, thought we weren't ever going to be able to continue on because I thought we weren't going to be able to hold a signal or do anything. And now that we've gone to the system we're using now, which we're not going to say how we do it, but flawless. We're talking about the same equipment on both ends, same signal on both ends, okay? Yeah, that's strange. I don't know.
Right. So for those of you guys out there, just so you know, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly how we do this.
No.
But we are 100% most definitely not utilizing Podbean anymore. Al and I use a private call service. We record directly into my computer through a mix board, and that's how this is done. Okay?
Right.
No longer are we relying on Podbean for this. Now, Al, I'm gonna throw something at you, and I want to get your thoughts on this. So I'm on the fence about this. So you see that the Clapper community is vastly growing, right?
Yes, it is.
It's growing like crazy. For the listeners out there that don't know, Al and I are both on Clapper. I'm there at its DoomsDay podcast. Al is there at big_daddy_prep. Now,
Yes, sir.
Clapper has live radios over there on the app, okay? And they work very similar to Podbean, all right, to where you can have multiple callers come in. You could have multiple people in the room listening. You don't have to have minimum followership to call in. You don't have to have there's no payment required, like nothing. 100% free. You can come right in and listen, or you can call into the platform. The one downfall, this is the big downfall for this, is there is no chat there whatsoever.
Yeah.
That is the big problem. So I may do this. I'm gonna try it out. For those of you guys who are listening, I don't know how this episode's going to come out yet. It's going to come out in 2 parters because Al and I are already past our normal time frame. So we're just going to run this out. If you're good with that, Al, we'll keep going.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you guys, you might get this after the fact of this already happening. But Al, this is what we're going to do. Okay. Tomorrow night, which will be Monday the 27th, okay, I'm going to go live on Clapper Radio, okay? We're going to stream Podbean into Clapper Radio. All right, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to see how it goes. The big thing with the Clapper radios is everybody wants to call in to voice their opinion, but that's not how our live show works, right? Yep. So I don't know if we're going to do well there. I don't know if we're going to do bad there. If Clapper only had that live chat going, it would be perfect, okay? Yep.
They would absolutely put this app out of business.
They would. They would put Podbean out if they had that live chat feature going. Now, the big thing for me, and this is like the thing that terrifies me about doing this, is I'm working on building a good following over on Clapper. It's growing now. I've hit over 25,000 followers there. I don't want to take the risk of getting banned in a radio. Okay? Right. I honestly don't think you would. I think you'd have to be talking about some really screwed up stuff to get banned there.
Right.
Right? So I technically don't think we have a reason to worry. But again, going back to this, I am really concerned with this whole, not having the live chats. So from what I've been hearing, honestly, the way to go is Twitch. Okay.
Yep. I already used that app.
So I think where we might go, and because there's people that listen to the show that also come into the lives, right?
Yep.
I think what we might do is utilize Twitch for our live chat, our live streaming. If you want to catch us there, you can catch us there. But if you just want to listen and you don't have a lot to say, I think we might just stream over on Clapper Radio.
Right.
I think that might be what we do from now on, because honestly, Al, I got to tell you, I cannot keep continuing to pay Podbean while they're screwing us over.
Do you have enough food in your pantry for when disaster strikes? Go to www.readywise.com and utilize code DOOM10 for 10% off your entire food order. ReadyWise offers long-term food storage items such as chicken and beef that last up to 15 years. But that's not all. Go to www.readywise.com and use our code DOOM10 for 10% off of organic food as well. Offering chili, pasta, and soups, they have you covered. Did we mention they have fruits? Bananas, blueberries, strawberries, and apples, just to name a few. With many more food options for your home, car, or bug-out bag, ReadyWise has your six. Go to www.readywise.com now and utilize code DOOM10 for 10% off.
Right. Well, this is something, now understand, we've always told you as the listeners, we don't discuss things ahead of time, and we don't. Jester and I very rarely talk during the week, other than just, what's the topic for this week, like that. That'd be in and out. It's simple. So for me to say everything that Jester's saying now, I've already been going through, already been thinking about, is no lie. That is an absolute fact. I've checked out other services. I've checked out other things. I'm planning some major changes for my platform and my shows too. So this is not a one show or a one person gripe. This is more than one, I assure you. And yeah, it's got to be solved. We're going to solve it one way or the other.
Right. And I got to tell you, for the listeners that are out there, you guys know I've did nothing but push Podbean for years.
Yep. Fact. That's a fact.
And I can't believe this. I mean, and here's what, something that really kills me, Al. Like other guys out there that do podcasts that use Podbean just for their hosting. I'm always encouraging these other big creators out there. Like, why are you guys not doing lives? You guys have the capability to go live on Podbean right now. Why don't you guys ever do live shows? And they're like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't seem worth it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, you guys have 500,000 followers. You guys could be over here doing lives and getting all those people in there and like really getting involved with your listenership. And they're like, nah, we're not really interested in doing that. We just want to put out the show.
You'll find a lot of creators don't want to interact with the people that listen to them. And I never understood that. I want to interact with the people that listen to me because they're the type of people that I am. But a lot of creators don't want that, Jester. They simply want to sell you a product, you consume it, and that's it. They're done with it. That's the way I do things.
Let me tell you this. So there was a point in time, Al, and you were with me at this time doing, coming into the lives and stuff like that, so you'll probably remember this. For a while there on TikTok, I was going live on TikTok telling people we're going to start a show on Podbean. Come over. We can talk about things there because it's uncensored. We've got more freedom there. It's a good app, guys. It's free. Come on over. Right?
That's a fact.
How many people did you see in those chats stating, I can't find you guys there?
Yep. You're invisible. I can't see you. I can't find you. Do you know how many times between TikTok and Podbean that I've been unfollowed by people? I get messages all the time. It automatically unfollowed you. I just found you. I haven't seen you lately. Oh, it unfollowed you. I don't know why. I wasn't getting your alerts. Yeah.
So, okay, that's the other thing, too. I get people tell me all the time, I had no idea you were live. I never got a notification.
Yep.
And
I don't even get my own notification, Jester. I get notifications from you when you go live, and I get one from me, and I don't even get one from me sometimes.
Do you know?
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, Al, do you know how I get a notification you're live?
No.
Ozarks text me.
That sucks. That sucks. Thank you, Ozarks. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. I appreciate that. That tells you the level of the people that we deal with.
Right.
They're good people, are part of a community.
Al, I swear to God, I forget that you're live all the time. Like, I always forget, because I'm always running around with the kids or doing something. So every time I come into your show, it's right after Ozarks texts me and says, Al's live right now, right? And I'm like, shit, I had no idea. I forgot.
The crazy thing is, this show is for record. My show is a lot for record too. People. I love the live audience, but it's for people that can listen whenever they want to. So that's great too. But in your lives, your lives is your lives. You put them out later on, a few days later. But the community that we've built amongst us. They're loyal people, man. I want to interact with them people, and you do too. We're not like these other content creators that just want to, just listen to my podcast. Give me some hits. Give me some likes.
So Al, I want to talk about something you brought up. You talk about people automatically getting unfollowed from your show.
Yep.
Okay.
Happens all the time.
So I brought this up to Podbean. I sent them emails. I said, hey, I'm getting a lot of reports from listeners saying that the app keeps automatically unfollowing our show. What's up with that? They gave me the stupidest response and said, their words were, we have no control over what people do. That's what they told me. And I'm like, okay, you're clearly not getting it. People are telling me that the app, that Podbean is automatically unfollowing the show. Right? And I have to ask myself, if that wasn't happening, how many more downloads we would have, how many more followers we'd be sitting at right now, how big would we be if this app just wasn't automatically unfollowing people?
Right.
What
if they can't see your new show that you put out tomorrow? What if they can't see it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, here's where I'm at with this bullshit, okay?
Fire is one of the most basic essentials for survival. Whether you're camping, hiking, or preparing for disaster, Blackbeard has your six. Go to www.blackbeardfire.com and utilize code DOOMSDAY for 10% off your entire purchase. Blackbeard offers stormproof matches, plasma arc lighters, fire starters, and ferro rods, all of which are great for your bug out bag. Once again, go to www.blackbeardfire.com and utilize code DOOMSDAY for 10% off your entire purchase.
Do you know, I go to events that are relevant to what we do for this show, right? Like the preparedness events, things like that. Right. I've gotten recognized at these events. Like, holy shit, I listen to the show. What's up, dude? It's nice to meet you. Okay? I can't live in that kind of a world with people reporting to me that, hey, it keeps on following you. It keeps on following you. Right. I'm not getting notifications. If people are that invested to where they're shaking your hand in real life and saying, dude, I listen. Dude, the show's great. It's so cool to meet you. You can't couple that in the same world as being shadowed. How does that, I mean, that's where my mind is so screwed up over all this, Al.
It screws me up too, because I used to think that my complaints were because I wasn't used to the app or this, that, and the other. As I found out, no, there's just a lot of holes in this thing. And it's a lot of money taken, but not a lot of concern about you as the actual purchaser or the consumer of their product. You as the listener are a consumer of their product too. So I say like this: if I'm going to complain, as you as the listener, why can't you complain too? Because if you can't follow us, you can't see us. That's kind of depriving you of the information we put out. So, maybe we get a little help from our listeners. Maybe they can complain a little bit too.
So, one other thing I didn't tell you, Al. So, after I did this advertising thing and they came back with that $100 bullshit thing and said, oh, we'll go ahead and we'll give you this $100 credit. They also offered me, they said, hey, we also have a form right now you could fill out to be a featured show on the platform, and it'll take a couple weeks. We typically offer this to new shows. And I said, okay, well, I've never got offered that, and I've been here since 2019. What the hell's up with that, right? I was never offered that. So what's great is I saw that Podbean put out on Twitter about a week or two ago, maybe a little bit longer than that now, that they are offering that service, like fill this form out, we'll put you up as a featured show. I went and I got so shitty over this because I filled out those forms months ago, Al. They never put us on a featured page, ever.
Never did.
In fact, you can't even find us anywhere there. So I put a response on their Twitter comment today because I was like, you know what? I'm like so shitty about this stuff that I went and I put a comment in there. I was like, hey, I did this months ago. We haven't heard anything. And I said, by the way, can you explain the trending algorithm? No response.
Yep.
So
yeah,
it's
but I assure you, when they want their money at the end of the month, they're going to get a hold of you. I promise you. They're going to let you know.
We should talk about that for a second. So let me tell you guys, and now don't get me wrong, I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate all the gifts we get on Podbean, guys. I really, really, truly do. When we're in our lives, sometimes we get gifted. That money comes back and goes into our pockets, right? Let me tell you guys something, though, for everybody out there that is gifting. First off, Podbean takes a hell of a big percent of that, okay?
Yep, they do.
And it's a very good scheme how they got this worked out. So I pay monthly for hosting, right? Approximately $40 a month. When you guys gift, you turn cash into beans for Podbean. Then you gift us those beans, and then Podbean takes a large chunk of that.
Yep.
Like a huge, huge chunk of those. Now, you would think that after you would get so many gifts or you would reach a certain level, you might have a little bit of value as a creator. And they would, in fact, say, hey, you know what? This guy brings in a lot of money to the platform. He's been here for a few years. Let's give him a 50% discount on hosting service. Or, better yet, let's utilize his beans at 100% of what people are paying for him for. and reduce that cost off as hosting. That way, more popular shows that are bringing more people in would be encouraged to get gifts, and therefore they would get hosting for free.
Right.
But that's not how they do that, is it?
Nope, sure isn't.
No.
They take from both ends.
They are. So, I mean, not only are they taking money from hosting, they're taking money from advertising, and they're taking money in when you guys gift us, they're taking a really large percent. Okay, so we're done with Podbean. We are done. We are for sure moving to another platform, guys, and right now, in my mind, how this is going to go, just as of now, we're probably going to stream the live on Twitch. That's where you'll be able to comment and interact. If you guys are already following me on Clapper Radios, come in. Call-ins are going to be limited. All right?
Yep.
There's no chat there.
We have to learn how to work all this. You have to learn how to work all this first. Yeah.
But I'm telling you guys what, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done paying for the service. I'm done with the bullshit. I am just so done with it all. There is no point for us to keep pushing through Podbean and fighting these barriers and walls that are put in front of us while we're paying monthly to do it.
Want to be a guest on the show? Email it's doomsdaypodcast@gmail.com. That's it's doomsdaypodcast@gmail.com.
Right.
That's it, man.
I will say this much. I'm going to say this in closing. I will spend the next... I'm going to make sure to tell the folks that listen to me starting next week when it'll be. I'll probably spend 45 days or so still on the app so that all the people that listen to me can find out where I'm moving to. But I've already had the plan and the setup already to move to a video platform. But I'll still be with you no matter where. But I'm basically getting off Podbean, period, and going to a straight video platform when we'll be streaming. First on 2 services and then eventually on 5 services across the board. And we'll be doing some other things. But I wasn't announcing that now, but I'm getting off Podbean too. I didn't want to say that yet, but you put the icing on the cake today. So that's what I found out on these things. I'm done.
I'll tell you what, I'm 100% dead serious when I say this, and I'm not joking at all. All right. If I end up getting an email from Podbean confirming any of this, confirming like just from a random worker there that says, hey, Jester, Al, Jake, yeah, we were actually told to shut down your show. We were told to censor it. We were told to put up a blockade so you guys couldn't get out there because they don't like your message. Oh my God. You better believe that's gonna get blown up so big on social media.
Yeah, well, litigation's a thing too between 2 different states. Yeah, that would be a hell of a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because
litigation's a bitch.
It is.
I'll just say that. But I will say this: I'm with you 100%, and I want the listeners to hear what I'm saying here. We do this. I got into this because I met Jester. I decided I like podcasting. I went to do my own podcasting. We've worked together. We've had no issues other than other people from the outside causing issues, but we have no issues. But this is a unified front. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm tired of Podbean's crap too, just like Jester is. I'm fixing to get off it. He's fixing to get off it. The show's fixing to get off it. But we ain't going nowhere except straight up. Won't be nothing choking us down.
And I'll tell you what, and here's a big thing, Alan. I hope this is an encouragement for you. So what I found out was, and I'm going to tell you guys this much right now, especially Al, listen up, dude. We share a lot of the same listeners, right?
Yep.
So a lot of those listeners are already over on Clapper and already have the capability of coming in and listening, coming in and calling. It's already there, right?
Yes, sir.
The gifting is better on Clapper, right? Yep. Less percentages take. I mean, to me at this point, it's almost a no-brainer to go start doing the podcast live through the radio feature of Clapper, right?
Yep.
And I mean, the big thing with this is also promoting the show, Al. You do a show talking about, or do a 30-second video. Hey, I'm going live today at 5 p.m. Come into the show, et cetera, et cetera. You know how much money Podbean would charge you to get 1,000 hits on that?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Growth inside of this, guys, is limited to what they want you to do. And that is bullshit. For being here since 2019, I could tell you this has ran its course. We're done. And Podbean, I got a stern message for you. I am not leaving empty-handed. I am taking people with me when I go.
Yep. All of them I can while I'm at it.
Watch.
This is an emergency action message. At approximately 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, NORAD is tracking 15 ICBM nuclear missiles inbound to the following cities: Orlando, Miami, Pittsburgh, Dover, Newark, Richland, Philadelphia, New York City, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Boston, Seattle, Detroit. This is an extremely deadly situation. Stay tuned. The next emergency message will be a presidential address.